You will be a millionaire in just 1 month. Not because of effort, not because of hard work, not because of the hustle that the world insists is necessary, but because you will awaken to the ultimate truth. Imagination creates reality. The moment you accept this not as a theory but as an undeniable fact, everything in your life will begin to unfold in accordance with your assumptions. The wealth, the lifestyle, and the sense of security you desire are not distant, unattainable dreams. They are already inside of you, waiting to be awakened and acted upon. You may be asking yourself, how can this happen? The answer is simple, yet profound. Do not focus on how. That is the mistake most people make. Asking how reveals a lack of belief in the power of imagination. The how belongs to a higher force, to your deeper self, to the source of all creation. Your task is not to figure out the steps, not to spend time worrying about the method, but to accept the end result. Live in the end result. Feel as though you already possess what you desire, and watch as the outer world aligns itself with your inner world. Your task is to live from a place of certainty and faith. Imagine, for a moment, that you already have the money, the mansion, the freedom, and the peace of mind you have been longing for. Feel it, taste it, and allow your senses to become alive with the reality of having it all. This is not about daydreaming or wishing. This is about knowing that what you desire is already yours, even if your senses have yet to confirm it. Do not look to the outer world for proof. The reality you are now living in is simply a reflection of the thoughts and beliefs you held yesterday. It is the product of your past assumptions. But now you are becoming someone new. You are already a millionaire. Yes, right now. You may look at your bank account, your job, your environment, and everything might seem to suggest the opposite. But do not be fooled. These external circumstances are mere shadows of the reality you have been living in until now. You are not bound by them. They do not define who you are. You are a new creation, and the world must conform to this new version of you. What does this new version of you look like? How would you walk, talk, and think if you were already living the life of a millionaire? You would no longer worry about bills or struggle with the fear of not having enough. You would feel a quiet confidence, a deep knowing that everything you need is already provided for. You would walk through your life with purpose, knowing that abundance flows freely to you. It would feel natural, not because you forced it, but because your imagination has created it. The key to this transformation is not positive thinking. It is not about pretending or putting on a facade. It is about entering a state of consciousness that aligns with the reality you desire. When you enter and remain in that state, when you truly believe that you are already wealthy, that the money is already yours, that your desires have already been fulfilled, your world will start to reorganize itself to match your inner conviction. It will not happen overnight, but in exactly 1 month. If you persist, you will begin to see the tangible results of your assumption. Now let's delve deeper into how you can start this journey today. First, we must understand that the world is a reflection of your inner belief. Every circumstance, every event, and every opportunity that appears in your life is a result of what you have assumed to be true. If you assume you are not wealthy, that wealth is far from you, or that you are incapable of achieving your desires, then that will be the reality you experience. But if you shift your assumptions, if you accept the truth that you are a millionaire, and live from that assumption, the world must reflect that belief. So how do we start this process? It begins with a conscious choice. Choose to believe that you are already wealthy. Choose to imagine yourself already living the life of your dreams. Imagine the conversations you would have, the people you would meet, and the joy you would feel. Let yourself experience this reality through your senses. Hear the sound of laughter and joy. See the figures in your bank account. Feel the comfort and ease of having everything you desire. But there's a crucial part of this process that many people overlook: repetition. Your imagination is powerful, but it requires your active participation. You must immerse yourself in this feeling as often as possible. Each morning, close your eyes and feel that your dreams are already true. Each night, as you lie in bed, review your day from the perspective of someone who already has everything they desire. Walk through your day as though you are the person you are becoming. If at any moment you feel that you have not acted in line with the millionaire mindset, use your imagination to rewrite the day. See yourself acting with confidence, generosity, and peace. Do this daily and watch as the seeds you plant begin to grow. One of the most powerful aspects of this process is the ability to revise and reshape your reality in your mind. This is the heart of the law of assumption. If you can assume that your desires are already fulfilled, and you do it with sincerity and intensity, the world must align itself with this new belief. There is no room for doubt or fear. These are the only obstacles between you and the reality you see. But even when doubt or fear arises, don't despair. This is part of the process. The important thing is not to give in to these feelings, but to continue moving forward. If you falter, simply return to the state of imagination. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and feel the joy, the gratitude, and the satisfaction of already having what you desire. The more you do this, the more natural it will feel. And soon, the world will begin to reflect your new state of consciousness. Let me share a story with you, one that illustrates the power of this practice. There was a man who had lost everything. He was down to his last dollar, and there seemed to be no hope, no job, no prospects. But then, he heard these truths, and he made a choice. He decided to live as though he were already wealthy. He imagined himself writing checks freely, gifting his family generously, and waking up every day in a state of abundance. He did this so often, and with such faith, that he could feel the weight of money in his hand. One morning, he received a phone call. An investment he had forgotten about had matured, and suddenly, he was worth millions. He did nothing in the outer world to make this happen. He simply believed it to be true in his imagination. The law does not care whether your assumption seems logical or not. It reflects whatever you impress upon it, and you have the power to choose what that impression is. So if you assume you are already wealthy, that the money is already yours, that every need is met, reality must reorganize itself to reflect this inner truth. The world is a mirror, and it will reflect not what you want, but who you are, what you believe about yourself. This process is not about positive thinking or simply hoping for the best. It is about aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the reality you desire. It is about stepping into the consciousness of the person who already has everything they want. And once you enter that state, you will begin to see the signs. The opportunities will come, people will treat you differently, ideas will flash into your mind. You will feel an inner certainty that cannot be shaken. Even if you do not yet see the physical manifestation of your desires, you will know, deep within you, that they are already on their way. Do not dismiss these signs. They are not coincidences. They are evidence that your assumption is taking root. Water it with faith, and do not dig it up with doubt. Trust the process, and even if fear arises, return to the state of imagination. See the money, feel the joy, hear the thank you. Do this as often as needed, for repetition impresses the subconscious, and once the subconscious accepts your new reality, the outer world must follow. You may be wondering how to keep this process going, especially when faced with challenges. Let me share another story with you, one that may inspire you. A woman once followed this process and felt guided to buy a lottery ticket. She didn't pick the numbers logically or mathematically. She simply felt inspired. When she scratched the ticket, she discovered she had won a substantial amount of money, 6 figures. She was not surprised. She had already received the victory in her imagination. The ticket was simply the bridge to her manifestation. And she knew that if she could do it once, she could do it again. The key, as I've said, is feeling. Without feeling, imagination is sterile. But with feeling, it becomes divine. Don't imagine mechanically. Don't just repeat empty affirmations. Feel your way into the scene. Let it saturate your being. Let it be more real than what your eyes see. For what your eyes see is temporary. What you imagine with feeling is eternal and creative. So I ask you now, will you dare to believe? Will you cast off the old version of yourself, the person filled with doubt, fear and lack, and step into the new version, the person who is confident, wealthy, and at peace? Will you persist, even when the world laughs, even when the senses say no? If so, then in just 1 month's time, your outer life will mirror your inner conviction. You are not waiting on money. Money is waiting on you. It is waiting for your consciousness to rise to meet its frequency. It is waiting for your self-concept to it is waiting for your assumption to become stable and unwavering. So become now the person who has it all. Think as they think, feel as they feel, live as they live. Do it boldly, faithfully, and joyfully. In just 1 month, you will see the fruits of your assumption. Your life will never be the same. The law is impartial. It does not favor certain individuals over others. It responds not to virtue, not to effort, but to vision and assumption. While the world may toil and struggle, you have a different choice. You can retreat into your inner world, enter your imagination, and commune with the infinite possibilities that lie within. Imagine boldly, assume lavishly, and persist until the unseen becomes seen, because it must. Your desires are not distant. They are already within you, waiting for your acceptance. You simply need to claim them, and then live as though they are already yours. Accept the truth of your own greatness. Accept that you are wealthy. Accept that you are powerful. You are the operant power in your own life, and the world must bend to your assumptions. Every morning, every night, return to this state. Live in the end result of your desires. Imagine, feel, and live from the place of already have. Saturate your mind with images of wealth, sounds of joy, and the feelings of luxury that accompany your dream lifestyle. Then release it. Walk in peace. Act as though it has already happened, and soon you will see it manifest. The law works when you dare to believe. It doesn't require hard work or luck, but persistence and faith. You dared to imagine, to live in the end result, and because of that, the world, this seemingly solid and rigid reality, will melt and reshape itself to align with your inner world. It always does. It always has. Now it's your turn to see it. You must not stop now. The inner work is the true work. Every moment you spend living in the assumption of wealth is a moment charged with creative power. As you repeat this state throughout your day, you will feel a transformation occurring within you. What once felt like a fantasy will begin to feel like your new reality. And when it feels natural, it is done. Nothing can come into your life until it first becomes a part of your inner structure. You cannot receive what you do not accept. Therefore begin by seeing yourself different. See of yourself as already possessing abundance. Do not say I will have it. Say I have it now. Do not think of it as coming. Think of it as already arrived. This inner shift is not imaginary in the sense the world understands. It is the only real act. The outer world, though it may appear solid, is nothing more than the condensation of your inner speech and feelings. Watch what you tell yourself. Pay attention to what you accept without questioning. If you tell yourself that becoming a millionaire in 1 month is impossible, then it will be for you. But if you begin to say, this is easy, this is natural, it is already done, then the universe will echo that belief. There are no accidents in this world. There is only the manifestation of the states you live in. Your current reality, whether rich or poor, is nothing but the shadow cast by your past. But the moment you change your assumptions, the shadow must change with it. It cannot resist. It has no power of its own. It only reflects your beliefs. So if you are not yet seeing evidence of your wealth, do not panic. Do not revert to the old way of thinking. Instead, smile and say to yourself, it is on its way. It is already mine. The shadow is just catching up. Your job is not to worry about timing, mechanics, or details. Your job is to dwell in the state of already having, and you must do this with feeling. You may not know exactly what it feels like to be a millionaire right now, but you can begin by using your imagination. Construct the scenes, the conversations, the small details. How would it feel to pay every bill without a second thought? How would it feel to treat your loved ones to something extravagant? How would it feel to wake up knowing you never again have to worry about money? Let these scenes play in your mind like a sacred movie. Watch them again and again, and do not just watch. Feel them. Let them stir you. Let them impress you. Let them become more real to you than your current circumstance. For the truth is, your current situation is only real because you continue to give it your attention. Shift your attention, and you will shift your world. When you begin to live from the end, when you fully immerse yourself in the feeling of already having, the outer world becomes irrelevant. You will no longer look to circumstances to define who you are. Instead, you will look within, and what you feel yourself to be within, the world will soon reflect. You will start noticing what seem to be coincidence. A person will appear with an opportunity, an old contact will reach out, or a new idea will come to you. But these are not the cause, they are the effect. The source of all these events is your assumption. You are not at the mercy of economics, governments, or fate. You are at the mercy of your own imagination. Once you realize that, you are no longer a victim. You are in control. This is the great secret that is hidden in plain sight. The world will tell you that you must work harder, network more, struggle, and but I tell you, all of that is vanity. If it is not rooted in imagination, you may gain the world through hard effort, but without imagination, you will lose it all. If you gain your imagination, however, the world will be yours, without struggle. So if you sit in a small room, without wealth, or visible proof of your success, do not despair. That is the perfect place to begin. In fact, it is better, for the world cannot distract you with shiny objects. Close your eyes and go within. Begin to feel the room change. See yourself in a place of elegance. Hear the sounds of luxury. Smell the scent of wealth. Let this imagined experience become more real to you than the one right before your eyes. And as you do this, your inner state will change. When the inner state changes, the outer must follow. You may begin to walk differently. You may speak with more confidence. You may smile for no reason. This is not delusion. This is creation. You are becoming the one who has. You are shedding the skin of the one who hoped and stepping into the one who knows. The world may not understand, but it doesn't need to. It only needs to respond, and it always will, because it must. In the quiet moments of your day, remind yourself, it is done. Not it will be done, but it is done. The millions are yours right now. You are already living from them. You are already receiving them. You are already enjoying them. Let this be your new inner conversation. Let it repeat like a song in your soul. You will be tempted to look around and measure your progress, but resist. Faith does not consult appearance. Faith remains steady, and when faith is steady, reality bends. The world is not happening to you. You are happening to the world. As you imagine, as you assume, as you persist, the world reforms itself around you. It may seem slow at first, but that is only because old assumptions
still linger. Be patient, be bold, be consistent. This is not magic, though it may seem so to those who do not understand. This is law, divine law, immutable, precise, and utterly obedient. The riches are not somewhere out there, hidden in a vault, waiting for a stroke of luck. They are here, now, waiting for you to rise to their frequency. That frequency is belief. That frequency is assumption. That frequency is the feeling of already being what you desire to be. Ask yourself, not what do I want, but who must I be to already have it, and then become that person. As they would speak, think as they would think, walk as they would walk. If doubt creeps in, do not wrestle with it. Simply return to the state of knowing. Let the scene of the fulfilled desire play again. Let the feeling of the fulfilled state return. You do not destroy doubt by fighting it. You dissolve it by starving it. You starve it by feasting on the assumption of the wish fulfilled. All power is in the present assumption, not tomorrow, not next week. Now, this is your power. This is your moment. In this very moment, you may assume that you are the millionaire you desire to be, and if you will remain faithful to that assumption, the world must show it to you. It must. Because imagination creates reality, and imagination is always now. So will you dare to imagine the life you desire, and live from it? Without apology, without doubt, without delay. Will you persist when the senses say otherwise? Will you continue when the world offers no confirmation? If you will, then the world must eventually conform. Do not underestimate the silence in which this work is done. You may not speak it aloud, you may tell no one, but in the secret place of your consciousness, you are reshaping the very nature of your experience. Each assumption you hold carries with it its own distinct pattern, its own quality of events, its own tone. When you assume that you are wealthy, the world around you begins to realign itself, matching that vibration. The people, opportunities, and circumstances that resonate with this assumption are drawn towards you. Paths that were once hidden to someone who believed in lack now unfold clearly for someone who believes in abundance. Now is the time to discipline your inner speech. You cannot speak of lack and expect abundance to show up in your life. You cannot complain about bills and expect freedom to flow to you. The law is precise and unwavering. It gives you exactly what you consistently affirm within yourself. You must train your inner conversation to reflect the outcome you desire. Speak as though you are already wealthy. Say to yourself, I always have more than enough. Say money flows to me in endless ways. Say everything I touch prospers. Don't say these things mechanically or without conviction. Say them with feeling, with power, until they become your reality. You do not manifest what you occasionally feel. You manifest what you consistently assume. So keep assuming, keep returning to that feeling of abundance. When you feel tempted to check your bank balance or question the timeline of your desires, remember, those actions belong to the old version of you. The new you lives by faith. The new you smiles, knowing that it is already done. This is not a denial of your current reality. Rather, it is the recreation of your perception. The senses only report what you have previously told them to report through your beliefs. Change the root, and the fruit must change. The outer world is never the cause of your experiences. It is always the effect. Begin to delight in your imagination. Treat it as a playground, not a chore. Let it be your sanctuary, your place of rest and power. Feel the thrill of imagining. Walk through rooms in your mind that are filled with luxury. Hear the compliments of those who admire your success. Receive the gratitude of those you bless. Let these imagined experiences flow easily, without strain, with joy and freedom. This is how you loosen the grip of the old world. You do not fight it. You outgrow it. You rise above it. by assuming a new state of being. Do not worry about the opinions of others. They live in their own world, and they are free to assume whatever they like. But their assumptions do not need to affect your world, unless you choose to accept them. Become ruthless with your mind when it offers thoughts of fear or limitation. When such thoughts arise, dismiss them immediately. Say, "That is not my truth," and return to your chosen truth. I am wealthy, I am free, I am abundant, I am already living the life I desire. Feel these truths with such intensity that they become automatic. They should feel more real to you than any doubt. As you consistently affirm your truth, a quiet transformation will begin to unfold. You will start to attract conversations about opportunities. You will notice doors opening that were previously closed, and you may even receive unexpected gifts or financial increases. These are not coincidences. They are the natural effects of your inner shift. The world cannot help but mirror the image you've painted within. It has no choice but to reflect the reality you've assumed. Each day, do not ask, "Where is it?" Instead, affirm, "It is here now." Then act as though it is. How you dress, how you carry yourself, how you give. Let all of these small actions reflect the truth of your assumption. You may not yet be able to do everything a millionaire would do in the outer world, but you can begin by feeling as one would feel. You can imagine as they would imagine. You can think as they would think, and that is the seed that will eventually bear fruit. Let your mind dwell on the truth that everything you desire already exists. The millions you seek are not being created. They already exist in the unseen realm. You are simply aligning with them. This alignment is not about working harder or being morally worthy. It is about the state you inhabit. State is everything. When you enter the state of someone who already possesses everything, then everything necessary to sustain that state will find its way to you. So do not focus on the details or the mechanics. Focus only on being. Allow yourself to become the version of yourself who already has everything they desire. If you feel resistance to this process, use revision. Take a moment to rewrite the scene that troubles you. Did someone reject your offer in the outer world? In your imagination, see them accept it. Did you experience an unexpected expense? Imagine it transforming into a check or a gift instead. Use revision, not as a mere fantasy, but as a correction. You are the author of your reality. You do not need to accept the world's circumstances as they are. You can rewrite them at will, and as you do, you will notice the world around you begin to yield more favorable experiences. Imagination is not secondary to life. It is life itself. You have already imagined your way into your current circumstances, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Now you will consciously imagine your way into wealth. You will no longer beg, plead, or strive. You will assume and allow. That is the way of the master, the way of the awakened. You are not here to struggle. You are here to create, and you create not through effort, but through feeling. As you move through each day, watch carefully what you are imagining. Do not let your mind wander aimlessly. Gently and persistently guide it toward your chosen end. You are not a leaf in the wind, blown about by circumstance. You are the wind itself, and what you blow upon will take form. So direct that wind wisely. Direct it toward wealth, not for the sake of greed, but for freedom, joy, and contribution. The more real it feels within, the faster it will appear on the outside. Now make it real. Close your eyes and step into the scene. Hear your own voice saying, "I did it. I'm free." Feel the relief, the power, the joy of already having achieved your goal. Hear your loved ones celebrating you. Let that scene become more real to you than any past memory. For in the world of imagination, all time is now. What you imagine now becomes what you will remember later. In conclusion, understand this simple yet profound truth. You are the master of your reality. The world you see is merely a reflection of your inner state. If you can boldly and unwaveringly assume the feeling of already being a millionaire, then the outer world must conform to that assumption. The wealth you desire is not far away. It exists now, waiting for you to awaken to it. You are not bound by time, circumstances, or the opinions of others. You are the creator of your experience, and the moment you choose to live from the end result of your desire, everything in your life must align accordingly. Remember, the law of assumption is as certain as any law of nature. It cannot fail. What you persistently imagine with feeling, what you believe with certainty, must appear in your world. You are the architect of your future, and in the next 30 days, if you remain true to your assumption, if you walk, speak, and think as though you are already the millionaire you wish to be, the world will yield to you exactly what you have assumed. Do not let doubt, fear, or the appearance of your current circumstances sway you. Keep your focus on the truth. It is already done. You are already in possession of your wealth. The universe cannot resist the power of your assumption. Step into this truth with confidence and watch the world bend to your will. The power is within you. The world will follow your lead. You will be a millionaire in 1 month, not because it is an impossible feat, but because you have chosen to assume, and the world in all its mystery must mirror that assumption. Trust in this law, trust in your own power, and above all trust that what is yours is already on its way to you. Go forward in this knowledge, knowing that you are not waiting for wealth to come to you. You are already living in it. As you walk this path, remember, the moment you truly believe, the world will make way for your reality to manifest.